Yo, what's good?
Can you hear me?
This is Smooth Cat and Colossal Boxing Talk rolling the game. And today we got a few special guests. We got Mr. Carlos Ponce de Leon. Everybody introduce yourselves.
What's up,
guys?
YouTube? It's your boy, Big Cool from CB2. Bama boy.
This is Carlos, filling in, being the biased Mexican, like CJ wants to call it. Biased.
All right, Mouse or Tavares.
What's up? Yeah.
All right, man.
Tavares.
What's up?
He went already.
Tavares.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Smooth Cat, also with Colossal Boxing Talk.
All right, it's your boy Mouse. You already know Pennsylvania in the building. You dig?
All
Yeah,
right.
that mouse trap.
All right, well, we're going to start off, as we know, talking about the events from last night.
You know?
First thing first, we're going to start off with Carlos. Carlos, what was your take on the Vargas versus, how I keep forgetting his name? I can't think of his
Antonio
name.
DeMarco. Antonio DeMarco.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that fight, Carlos?
All right, that was a solid fight. You know, obviously, Vargas looks better. I'm not a big Vargas guy though. Never have been. You know, I'm just not feeling him for whatever reason. I think maybe it's because I'm hearing his name brought up a lot about a potential Pacquiao opponent, and we don't need that shit, man. We don't need that shit. That's bad for boxing. Everyone knows that. No one wants to see Pacquiao fight Jesse Vargas. He's not that level. It's going to be basically the same thing as last night, you know, with Algieri. So, I guess I have to attribute that to Roy. Roy's working with him. Antonio DeMarco, I think, is kind of broken between Valero and Broner. He's not the same guy, but a few times when he did touch him, he didn't seem to like getting touched. So I can see somebody with power being problems for him. But I can't really hate too much on the guy. I don't personally like him. I'm not big on him, but he's undefeated. What can I say?
Okay. Tavares?
I'm with Carlos on that. Off top, I'm with Carlos with that. I think Vargas, like, he's never really impressed me. There's a couple of times he got the decision when I felt he truly lost.
You know
Stop hating.
I'm serious. Like, there's a couple of times I thought Jesse Vargas lost, period. That's just here, even when he was with Mickey.
All I say he had a close loss was the Lopez. Or close to a win.
He lost to Josecito, if you ask me.
I said that.
But, I mean, DeMarco, he didn't. I agree with Carlos. He really didn't look the same. He looks broken. He looks like those wars he had. Broner, he just doesn't look
Evan
Valero, like, he just doesn't look the same. That wasn't the same DeMarco that I'm used to seeing.
But he moved up in weight too. So you gotta factor that in too. So this power doesn't translate to 140.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with CJ. I think that's the biggest factor that's not being taken accounted into this fight is the weight.
So you guys think 140 is for DeMarco right now? Do we need to go back down to 135?
Probably.
I don't know.
Can he make 135 anymore though?
I doubt it. Once you get to a certain weight, it's hard going back once you get used to a certain.
Exactly.
I think DeMarco is what he is, an entertaining fighter with power, limited skill, you know, a tremendous heart, you know, decent chin.
I wouldn't say limited.
Man, come on. You see him beating anybody at 140? You see him beat Broner? Well, no, obviously.
I said that's more because of the weight. Come
on, man.
I don't see him beating anybody prominent at 140 at all.
Did you see him? Who did you see him beating at 35?
He gonna beat Ray Beltran. Sorry, yeah.
That's man. That's debatable. You can't.
Debatable. Stop it. At 35, DeMarco knocked out Don Molina with one punch. Come on, son.
But John, come on, look at John Molina, man. John Molina, I'm not gonna shit on John Molina. I'm not gonna shit on John Molina because he did go to war with
Hank Lundy. Y'all love Hank Lundy. Yeah.
Man, that was a debate. That was a debatable stoppage. Man. So
the fuck out of here, man. This nigga was
To me, Hank Lundy is a choker, dude. When he gets those fights that he needs to prove that, yo, I'm in this certain echelon or whatever, he loses.
Well, you can say that because he did choke it up to Beltran. So you make a valid point to that. You know he could have stepped his game up against Beltran, but he has another chance to redeem himself December 6th. So
I just want to say, Hank Lundy, Mouse is on your side. I'm not dissing you, bro.
It ain't no dissing.
Hey, he understand, man. We got to keep it real, man. We got to keep it real, man. We got to no matter who we interview, we got to keep it real, man. So we can't, you know.
We touching the Jesse Vargas fight.
Listen. Us PA fighters gotta stick together.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like watching DeMarco fight. I like watching Lundy fight. They make exciting fights, but when it comes to those upper echelon people, let's just be real about it. We're looking at gatekeeper status with these cats, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Lundy does come up short. I don't know, DeMarco. And he went right from 135 to 147.
Who?
Right?
Who went to 147?
Who? I can't hear you, Mike. I can't hear you, Miguel.
DeMarco, he jumped from 135 right to 147, no?
No, that was
140. 140.
Yeah, he can't do 147.
But he fought China at 47.
Look how the big of a jump from 135 to 140 is. Bronner was a big puncher at 135. Look at him now. Punching like feather fish.
That's most the case.
But what I seen out between Jesse Vargas and John Molina, I seen him improve Jesse Vargas. I seen Jesse Vargas trying to do the Roy straight right hand times. But I see a more offensive, more power from Jesse Vargas, and I think Jesse Vargas will continue to improve under Roy Jones' tutelage. But I don't see him going too far. I don't see him becoming a legitimate world champion. But if they put him in with Pacquiao, I guarantee I will not stream, watch that fight. I wouldn't sleep and dream about that fight. I wouldn't cover that fight.
There is nobody on this cast who wants to see that fight. Nobody. I'm gonna say that a more interesting fight for him is Amir Imam. I feel that's the perfect fight for him at this stage. Imam been calling him out, and Imam is coming out fighting a top 15 guy. So why not give him a shot?
You know what? If y'all paid attention to my Facebook post before this fight last night with Algieri and Pacquiao, I put it out there that 9 out of 10 times Pacquiao's next opponent would be either Vargas or what's the name? Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia ain't really a joke. That's a joke for them to move away the 140.
It's a joke, but the thing about it is, if you haven't really paid attention to how they've been moving these guys, I mean, expect Terence Crawford to be Pacquiao's opponent sometime next year as well. I'm just letting you know that now.
That's why he's doing
Crawford gonna give him fit. Crawford to give him fits. He just needs some more seasoning.
That is that whole reason Pacquiao's moving down.
Yeah, but y'all forgetting. Yeah, exactly. Y'all forgetting that Pacquiao's moving down to 140 and Crawford's going up to 140. So I mean, that's a possible. It's not like Crawford would be jumping up to 47.
Real talk. I'm more interested. I'm more interested in seeing Crawford versus Garcia at 140 than I am Pacquiao against either of the two at 140 right now.
I agree
because both guys need to be slowly built for that. Because Crawford struggled early with Gamboa, who was fast and powerful. He damn sure struggled with Pacquiao at 140. So they just need to take their time and don't be quick to rush these guys.
I would give Crawford more of a chance at Pacquiao for the simple fact, no matter he showed something in the Gamboa fight that I don't think Mikey can really do. It's that adjustment he made.
Yep.
Agree. I agree.
I have yet to see Mikey make a true adjustment like Terence has done.
I disagree with that comment.
Hey, here's my take. Okay, if Crawford beats the hell out of Beltran, and Beltran's a live dog, he ain't going there to lose.
Oh no, that's gonna be a hell of a fight. That's gonna be a dog.
Lose. Okay, I'll whip out the anointing oils. You know, I'm impressed with him so far. If he sparks the hell out of Beltran, I'll whip out the anointing oils. I'll give him his props. He's right there. He's the truth. To me, he's the truth. I'll say it now.
He's the real deal.
It'll be confirmed if he sparks the hell out of Beltran. Because Beltran ain't going there to lose. I promise you that. He's not going there to lose. It's gonna be a testament to him. So I'm really interested in that fight. Big time. That's gonna tell you what Crawford's all about, because Beltran's not going there to lose. He's not playing that B card. He is the B fighter, but he's not going there to lose.
I expect that fight to be a dog fight. Period. I expect that fight to be a dog fight, and I expect Crawford to make the adjustment to win that fight.
Hold on 1 second, be cool.
All right, my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I expect that Crawford and Beltran fight to be a dog fight. Period. Point something play. Beltran is going to go in there and make that fight real ugly, and I expect Crawford to make the adjustments later on in the fight, probably later rounds, to pull out a decision. That's how I expect that fight to go.
I don't agree. He fighting a fucking janitor.
Hold on, Corleone.
Oh. No, man, come on, CJ, man. He ain't no damn janitor, man. You gotta give the dude more respect for that, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen. But if
hold on.
If you really want to,
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, if I'm the person that's seen Beltran go to Scotland and work Ricky Barnes before Crawford did.
That ain't hard to do.
No, he won that fight. He won that fight against Burns. He was robbed. He won that fight easily. Broke his jaw and everything.
A lot of people beat Ricky Burns already. That Gonzalez kid really beat him until they paid him to say his hand was hurt, his shoulder was hurt.
Come on, man. You can't be saying this, man. Come on, man.
They kept Burns trying to clean up the wild card gym and say, you can put some gloves on. You was a highly touted.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
We think you still can perform with Pacquiao a little bit. That nigga's a janitor, man. Throwing these bums up. He tied with Street Beauvoir. What's his name? Beauvoir. He raw with that bum. Get the fuck out of here. Pump niggas' heads up, dog. Because y'all can communicate with y'all on Facebook. Stop it, dog. Pump these bums' heads up.
Man, come on, dude. Ain't nobody. Who communicated with us on Facebook, man? He left the call. Well.
CJ left. He threw a bunch of seasoning salt on this conversation and split.
No, you know what though? It's.
Then
I'll say this. First off, I don't feel Beltran is a bum or some gatekeeper, as he called him, by any stretch of the imagination. Beltran is definitely a live dog in this one, and if he comes out with the right game plan. And if he can keep the pressure on, he can possibly pull off the upset. I'm not saying he's going to, but it's definitely possible. But when you got a guy like Crawford, like you say, he makes the adjustments. So if he sees he's struggling at orthodox, he'll turn southpaw and change his whole direction of the fight and still be able to get off the way he wants to get off. When you fighting a fighter like that, it's hard to beat a guy like that who can change. Not only is he changing his style, he's changing the elements where he's coming from, where the punches are coming from. So it's hard to beat somebody like that. It's very hard to beat somebody like that. But
I think if Crawford, I ain't mean to cut nobody off, but
go ahead.
I think if Crawford learned anything from the Gamboa fight, that it will be tough early, but he should coast to a decision victory. I know the Gamboa fight was a great fight. You know, he was tested early, and like he said, he showed the ability to adjust. He wasn't, uncomfortable or panicked when he was getting leather laid onto him. And when it was rough early on, he showed composure, mental strength, and focus. So I think that if he can survive the early rounds, and improve on what he learned in the Gamboa fight, I think he should win this fight going away or late decision. I mean, late KO in my opinion. But like you said, Beltran is not a janitor, not a bum. He definitely blue collar fighter. You know, he's earned his way up the rankings in this title shot. So I'm looking for a great fight next week.
All right, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. What was y'all thoughts on Zou Shiming last night?
Much
Horrible,
improved.
man, dude. I don't want to watch him fight never again.
Much improved. For Zou Shiming, I wasn't at all. I saw some of his very early stuff, and he's gotten a lot better. I mean, he's still missing a couple components, but he's gotten a lot better. I'm not nowhere near worth bringing out the anointing oils for. I'm not going to do that. I don't see him as a future pound-for-pound king by no means, but he's gotten better. He is what he is.
I agree with
He's
Carlos.
a cash cow over there in China.
What I seen last night, he's much improved from his first 5 fights.
Oh man,
he is much improved, man.
Yes,
and that's basically all I took away from that fight. He's much improved. Once again, he's in there with a guy he was putting that to look good against, and that's it.
Go ahead, Mouse.
Go ahead.
Man, he overrated. I need to stop with this whole Shimon shit. Everybody made such a big deal out of Rigondeaux, Lomachenko's amateur career, Golovkin's amateur career, but this nigga gets a flyby on everything. Like, get out of here. This dude is garbage. He's gotten better from what? I mean, he's fighting nobodies and is having a hard time fighting them. Like, this dude is old as hell fighting in China against not even guys. I mean, come on. You put that guy in there with any of the top guys, and he won't last 6 rounds.
Yeah, but you got to think it's only his 6th pro fight. Like you're not gonna rush him in with like.
Yeah, but so what? Lomachenko has 4 and looks way better.
But much is expected from Lomachenko.
The difference is Lomachenko has different facets to his game. Lomachenko is a top 4 guy.
Oh shit! What was expected?
When Zou Shiming came on his first pro fight, that was supposed to be the next big thing coming out of China. He was supposed to come out and impress that much in the undercard of the Pacquiao fight when they first started fighting in China,
man. He's cash cow in China, man. Why you think he only fight in China, man?
He the better beans.
Hey, we can't hear everybody. Listen, hold on. Hey, we can't hear everybody at once. So go ahead, Mouse, but we can't hear everybody at once.
No, I'm agreeing he's the cash cow of China, but he's the better bean of the little guys. That's all he's good for is the money to bring over there. He's never gonna compete with any of the elite guys. He doesn't have the skills to do that.
Right now, I see him improvement.
If you can give me any guy.
Right now, I see him as an improving domestic fighter. That's why his fights are in China. He's a domestic fighter. That's what he is. Let's call it what it is. He's a domestic fighter. Just like you have domestic fighters in Britain, he's a domestic fighter in China. And that's why he started out, 4, 5 round, 4, 6 round fights, stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's starting to move
4
up.
rounders, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's starting to move up right now. That's why I said, only thing I took in there, out of that fight last night is he's improving. Period. He's improving. Nothing else. He was put in there with a guy he was supposed to look good against. And earlier on in the fight, he was looking good. I seen him throwing crisper punches. I seen him counter punching. You know what I'm saying? Like he's improving. He's going at the pace they want him to do. So that's all I took from that fight last night.
Okay. Hey, I'll say this. What I took from it is I saw Zou Shiming. Hold on, Mouse. I saw Zou Shiming in a fight that, like you say, it was a fight for him to look good in, and he showed improvement in his overall boxing skills because his first few fights he just looked like a guy who just. Okay, I throw a hook, you hit me. I hit you, you hit me. That's what he looked like, a rock'em sock'em guy. But he showed I mean, variety yesterday, and I was impressed with that. But overall, I mean, he doesn't jump out to me as something special. He might can be, but he doesn't jump out to me as special at all. Go ahead, be cool.
Like I said, man, you know, he a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He a decent fighter. He has made some improvements. I can't just shit on him, and I won't shit on him. But like I said, man, he's just another fighter that Top Rank has an idea for. That's why they started, hosting fights over there in Mukul, China, because he's a big draw over there, and they trying to get business on and popping over there. So like I said, props to what he's doing, in his career so far, and hopefully he gets to a level that he wants to be, and I guess his followers want him to be at, and he can compete for championships against legitimate fighters. But right now, he is what he is.
Okay. Los?
About Zou Shiming?
Yeah.
By no means. He's definitely not going to be a future pound-for-pound king. He'll be... obviously, I shouldn't say he'll just be Showtime, HBO level. But he shouldn't even be on pay-per-views, in my opinion. He's not there yet. I'm not interested in him. It's kind of a crying shame that he was even the co-main event, in my opinion. But he's gotten better. At best, I project him to be a C+ fighter. If he's lucky, a B- class fighter. But he's not going to ever be elite. I just don't see that happen. He'll be popular in China, but I don't think anyone out here really gives a crap about him.
He might have some of that Ricky Burns, where he faced some decent, level competition and gets maybe, looks impressive and gets a close decision or a little home cooking, but he might be a Ricky Burns type fighter who we thought would. I'm not gonna say Ricky Burns isn't better than oh boy, but you know where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying? He can surprise a few people and beat some guys you would think he would lose to. So only if it's in China, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? He is what he is.
He's the Yao Ming of boxing.
No, man, you can't say that.
The Yao Ming of boxing.
Yao Ming was when Yao Ming was healthy, man, he was a dominant force, man. I can't say all that.
That's true.
That's gonna be Zou Shiming when he's fighting guys dominant force.
But you never gonna. No, what I said was he gonna face guys that he wouldn't be favored in, but you never gonna associate dominant with the name Zou China, whatever his name is. Yao Ming was a dominant player.
Dominant.
Yao Ming was a dominant player, man.
Wait. Hey, be cool. Did you just call him Zou Chow?
I don't know how to pronounce his name, man. Smooth. You know how it is when I get to trying to pronounce these Europeans' names. I get tongue twisted. So Zou Chow Ming, whatever. Man.
Hey, I can tell you tongue twisted because he ain't European.
or Chinese provided Japanese man. Zou. What's his name? Zou Doing.
Zou Shiming.
Zou. Yes, Zou Shiming. Yeah, him. Don't never associate dominant with his name or him.
He gonna be the butterbean of the skinny people.
Oh man, he Olympic gold medal. One of the Olympic gold medalists, you can't say that. Once you win a gold medal, man, you can't be no butterbean or nothing.
Hey, he was in the Olympics in Beijing, China.
He was a what?
He went through China. One of his Olympics, he was in China.
Yeah, he was.
2008.
Well, maybe he got the home cooking, but
Yeah.
He got more than a home.
He still got it.
I mean, think about it. In 1988, Roy Jones Jr. and Michael Tarboll got ripped off over there. It's always home cooking in Olympic amateur boxing.
Yeah, they never get that over here.
And that's why.
Definitely, Ariel Spence got robbed.
And that's why amateurs.
I watched that fight. But yeah, I mean, as far as like Zou, like I said, right now the dude is just a domestic fighter to me right now. He's an improving domestic fighter. That's it. There's nothing I can just say like is real special about the guy. I don't see him as a future pound for pound champ. I don't see him, being a champion at so many weight classes or whatever. I think he'll be lucky to be a world champion at flyweight right now.
I think you can say the same with Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah.
He's a domestic fighter. I don't see Gary Russell Jr. being what everybody else thought he was. He's too short. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what you can compare him to.
He hypnotized people with his hand speed. That's what Gary Russell did.
Not only that, the thing with Gary Russell was they were promoting him to be like the baddest man at featherweight, but something that really alarmed me about him was when the Ponce de Leon fight was on the table, and he sat there and he said, "I don't want to fight Ponce de Leon. He coming off a knockout loss, and then the guy you fought just came off 8 straight KO losses. I mean, what's the logic with that?"
Oh yeah, he was great. He went on the Bomb of the Week tour for a while now.
Shit, damn it, the early part of his career.
He's back on it now. He back on it now, man. He back on the Bomb of the Week train. He back. He got a fight against to be announced, so he back on that gravy train, man.
Well, I mean,
I need to get on that train, man.
To be announced is owing like 1,000 for real. That's TBA record. Owing 1,000.
Yep.
No. You know what? It might be 1 in 999 because what's his name? He was the Chinese guy who knocked out Kirkland. He was a to be announced at first too.
No Shibiga. Shit. Let me stop trying to pronounce his name, man. Yeah, no Shiba Ishada. Ishikwa. Yeah, whatever.
Here's the thing about Gary Russell. He's a great amateur fighter. He has hand speed, obviously. He's a point guy, but the scoring's different in amateur and pros. He don't have a pro style. I mean, he's not.
He got to get with a better trainer.
Yeah, that's his pops, man.
He can go. I believe he could be a great fighter, but he needs to really get with somebody that's gonna really make him think and utilize, pull out more of the skill set that I think he possesses. But right now, he's just a domestic, hype, whatever you want to call him.
That's not only Junior. That's on his whole team because they've been the one that's been in his whole career. I mean,
that's because that's him. That's him, though. You can't make a fighter fight or train a certain way. That's on him. He wants to be baby. He wants to be coddled. He wants everybody to tell him he good, and he want Al Heyman to, breastfeed him and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's on Gary Russell Jr., man.
According to the Al Heyman supporters, it's not on the fighter. So
well, whatever. I don't care what they say. I don't care. None of these people say. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that if somebody come ask you, do you want to fight? You say no. You gonna end up fighting them anyway. No, I don't want to fight you. Okay, well, move on back to the line.
Let's be honest, though. When it comes to the Al Heyman stable, unless you're Floyd Mayweather, you have very little say so on what your career, how you dictate your career.
You know what? Keith Thurman said when we interviewed him, he said he has full control.
Yeah.
He said this what he said. He said Al Heyman knows where his heart is, but he also gives him advice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Heyman gives him advice on but for the most part, it's who he wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's available.
Yeah. I've heard the same thing from a couple of other fighters under the Heyman stable that, hey, if you ask for that fight and you get that fight, that's on you.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So
you gotta perform.
The only fighter I seen on Al Heyman's stable who sounded like a puppet to me, and I'm not trying to be bogus because I respect him, but Peter Quillen. He was the only one who sounded like a puppet to me. He was the only one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say puppet, but he did throw me for a loop though. That's why I asked you. Remember in the interview with Keith Thurman about his situation with Al Heyman, because when I asked him, "Do you tell Al who you want to fight?" He's like, "No, I don't tell Al nothing." Al controls that. Like, well, you don't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want you just say, "Well, turn that 1.4 million." Okay, sir. Are you gonna recoup that? I haven't heard his name being mentioned to fight who trying to fight Jermaine Taylor, who might be locked up, or you know what I'm saying? So. Right. Man, these fighters got to start thinking before they open their mouth because they sure do look. I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but they just sure look scary. You know what I'm saying? Questionable when they just say, well, Al Heyman, he runs everything in the Quillen brand, so let's start thinking.
Oh, hold on, I'll say what you wanted to say. They all look like bitches because that's exactly what they looking like. Yeah, man, I'll say it for you.
Hey, but you know what though?
There's only one camp right now.
Listen though, you already know we can't ride with calling fighters bitches for what they do for a living though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why I said I said they look scary. I said they look questionable. Right. They look questionable. I'm not gonna do that.
To me, right now, the guy that's looking. Go ahead, Miguel.
I was just gonna say, as a trainer, I can call these dudes bitches. Fuck that. I call my own fighters bitches if they look like bitches.
The one guy.
Yeah, but I feel you on that. But Miguel, you know what we trying to accomplish, man. We don't want to get blackballed for keeping it, for going over the line.
I hear you, but you know what I mean? Somebody got to tell the truth to these guys, because you know what? With the Russell situation, it's not only Russell, because if you have the guys around you, they're yes men. He says, no, I don't want to fight this guy, and they sit there and they say, okay, so let's go on to the next. But if he has somebody firm in there that said, you know what? You need to step it the fuck up and do your job. You're a fighter. You fight. Maybe things will be different, but there's a lot of yes men in the boxing world.
But look, I definitely agree with that, Miguel. I definitely agree with that. But you also, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You know, say I'm training Mike. I'm a smooth cat. I'm like, smooth, man. You know, we got this fight with Marco Huck on the line. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Everybody know you highly talented. You know, we waiting on you to step up. They want you to step up. You want this fight. If Mike say no, and I say, man, you acting like a, you know what? He's gonna like, well, do you gotta get in the ring and fight that? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta also look at it the fighter's perspective. Maybe they know deep down inside that they not ready for this, and I don't know, man. I'm not trying to make no excuses for the fighters, but you gotta also look at it that they gotta get in the ring and perform, not the person telling them. So it's a double.
Listen, I understand that, but 24 fights later and you still saying no?
But like I said, man, you know, like our interview with Andre Durrell. Andre Durrell said his first part of his interview, first part of his career, he didn't have whatever it was. It took, like, I guess what Ward had or has. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and check that out, he said he didn't have it. So maybe you got to hit some obstacles in your life, in your career, to make you sit down and be like, you know what? I got to step out and try to achieve greatness. If I want to be known as one of the legends. So, man, like I said, I'm not playing no trying to be on their side, but it's also a mental thing, man, as well.
Nah, I get that. I mean, how can you hit an obstacle if you don't face nobody? I mean, 20-something fights in your career and you still don't want to face nobody? How are you gonna hit an obstacle?
Can I bring up a name real
quick? Go ahead.
Can I bring up a name real quick? Since we didn't hit Gary Russell and we didn't hit Peter Quillen, what about Demetrius Andre?
You know what?
Man, I'm gonna let Smooth talk about that.
Hey, I want to touch on this. Now, the case with him, he's another one. I respect him as a fighter, and I respect everything. I respect what he does in the ring. But to come out, first off,
Triple G,
my source already had told me ahead of time that Andre was gonna pull the stunt that he pulled. He told me ahead of time, and I told my CBT brothers. I told every last one of them.
You did.
What my source told me was gonna happen, and it happened just like that. So,
and I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Mike tell you, because Demetrius is my boy, but I didn't want to believe it. But he was right, and I'm disappointed in Demetrius for that.
What is up with? If y'all notice, this is the second world champion to pull out against a Charlo brother. I understand Carlos Molina's second situation with him getting locked up, but this is the second time that a world champion kind of like shitting on them boys like that, man.
You know, it's
frustrating,
like
man.
this. Hey, everybody come out with the oh well, Charlo, they aren't exciting, they aren't this. The thing is this: they win, they're skilled, and they do what they need to do to go in the ring and put on solid performances. So you can't knock that by any stretch of the imagination. And hold on 1 second. And in the case of
my bad.
For him to come out, and I mean, I've seen on numerous interviews how he says how he'll beat both their asses and they both easy work. I mean,
at the same night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they easy work and you'll beat them so easy,
why pull out?
Why pull out of this fight? Why?
Yeah, but is it?
But then look. Go Mouse.
All right. Yeah, I know I'm a big Boo Boo fan, and me and Mike talked about this off the air, and I'm pretty upset with him, but that goes on. Who knows? You know what I mean? Is it actually Boo Boo doubting himself, or is it Al Heyman telling him?
Because
we got with Al Heyman. We got with Al Heyman.
Or is it? Al
Heyman ain't got nothing to do with this one.
Nope. I think it is him doubting himself for the simple fact that anybody that can say it's money.
Because I was thinking he was a Heyman boy too. So I was thinking maybe Heyman told him I'm gonna get you more money like he did Quillen. But if he ain't got Heyman, there's no excuse. I'm not gonna say it this time. I'm gonna say what Big Cool said. I'm not gonna say it this time.
My whole thing is like,
Yeah, just say it's questionable.
My whole thing is like,
but
for this situation is bullshit. For the simple fact of the matter, your stock goes up if you beat a Charlo right now. Both of those guys, your stock goes up. So right now, I'm thinking he questioned himself. I'm just saying. I think he's really questioning.
Hey, you know what?
Let me jump in real quick. Smooth.
I think I said last time I was interviewed by you guys, when I seen that kid sit in his corner on Friday Night Fights, and he had his cornerman tell me, "Hey, tell me I'm the best. Tell me." He was questioning himself then.
Yeah, I told you. I told y'all.
I'm just repeating.
And let me jump in real quick. Smooth and Tavares and Mouse. Back to what y'all was saying, like what Tavares has said, like, you know, they too dangerous to fight the Charlo brothers. I'm guessing Jamil more than Jamal. Both dangerous, but Jamal. I think he would have took that fight if it was him. But Jamil presents a whole different array of problems. He can box. His power probably underrated. You know, his footwork, his accuracy. He's just a thinking fighter. You know, to go with God-given talent that's natural, where it's just an instant reaction. He doesn't have to think too much. It just comes to him. But I hear people say, well, I don't want to fight him because he's born. But everybody knocking down the door to fight that guy, you know who. You know what I'm saying? And he get criticized for his style. I guess maybe because he's in a position now. But I look at it as you should want to fight these guys, whether they're born, whether they're great, exciting, just to step your name to get everybody, banging on the door for these top fighters to fight you. Like, well, you see, you got Andrade coming up. He's beat the Charlo brothers. He beat who else? He beat Lara. Man, old dude, give him a chance. You're the number one guy. Give him a chance to fight. Fight him. But you know what I'm saying? That's not happening. They waiting on them. I guess I put it like this. I bet Andrade want to fight him if 2 years from now they didn't beat Canelo, they didn't beat Lara and all them, and they like number in the top 5 pound for pound. But then what then? Come on, money ain't everything, but it's a big part. But when you get in the fight, you gotta have pride, man. You gotta want to be great in the ring.
I see it with a lot of these guys, man. A lot of these guys just don't want to build their own stock. They want shit to be handed. You gotta build.
They want a quick fix, man. They want a quick fix to their career, to the money, man. Floyd, I'm gonna say his name. Floyd got everybody all fucked up, man. Floyd did not just wake up and say, you know what, I'm the cash cow. He had to earn that. He had to earn that shit, and it wasn't just given to him. People got that all fucked up now. Like even Broner, man. Broner, you know what I'm saying? He stepped up. He wanted a rare Hal Heyman fighters that actually signed on the dotted line to face somebody dangerous, other than Danny Garcia. But
my whole thing about Broner is like this: how can you disrespect a 3-time world champion in 3 different weight divisions?
Right.
And they do it. They do it. You know why they do it, man? Because he like Floyd Mayweather. He talk a lot. He say some dumb shit, but still, you got to respect the man inside the ring.
True. You know what? Now, like I say, hey, that part of the conversation was fun, but we got to we have to get back on topic. And this one, we got to talk about Pacquiao versus Algieri.
Oh, let's do that.
Man. But no. Before that, let's go back because I want to really address this Vancio fight, man. This Lomachenko fight. So, if y'all don't mind, let's hit that real quick.
Okay.
It's more of a question to you guys right now.
All right, go ahead. Start off.
Lomo.
Huh?
Where do you guys see Lomo right now?
He's top. I say he's top 5 at featherweight right now, in my honest opinion.
I see him as a guy that could be a pound for pound guy, but a guy like Walters or somebody like that scares me for him because I don't know about his chin. I don't know about his chin, and Walters really impressed me in the fight with no need to. Yeah. He was hurt, but he recovered well. You know what I'm saying? And he used his jab. Like I said, he still had some things to shore up on, not squaring himself up, and just being more defensively responsible. But that was a good performance by him. And you know what I'm saying? He uses his jab, long arms, and tremendous power, man. And for him to face Lomachenko, I'd be scared for Lomachenko, man.
I think he knocks Lomo out.
Salido dragged him. Imagine what Walters did.
I think he knocks Lomo out. I think he knocks Lomo out. I said it last night, man.
Me too.
What I seen last night from Lomo. I mean, don't get me wrong. And this is another thing. See, this is the contradiction that a lot of these casual fans bring up. Last night, I didn't hear anybody saying anything about Lomo running.
Yeah. It's an obvious bias.
Stuff like that. But you let any other fighter do it, oh, he's running. I heard it a couple times in the Algieri fight that Algieri was running.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's such a contradiction to me. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm not saying he was running. I thought he was just using good angles and using movement myself.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, the same thing that he was doing last night, you seen Laura doing with Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Darrell doing with Stevens, with Abraham, with Froch.
They were running. But back to the point. As far as like how I feel about him facing a Walters right now, I think Walter, because a lot of those punches I seen him throw, even before he hurt his hand, there were more pity-pat punches. You can't do no pity-pat punches against a guy like Walters. Walters will eat them and come right at him.
Yeah.
Yep. And I can see him fall to the body.
Yeah, and hit him with something telling. And after like a while, I don't see Lomo lasting against Walters. I don't see that fight going the distance with Walters. I think right now, that is not the fight they need to be looking at for him.
Johnny Gonzalez, somebody like that, man. Look, don't get me wrong. Lomachenko is a talented dude, man. He's extremely talented. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you got to know when to pick your battles. You got Gary Russell Jr., but make no mistake. Gary Russell Jr. ain't fucking with Nicholas Walters, you know what I'm saying? And thank God Gary Russell didn't decide to get some, you know what, to step in and face Walters, because it would have been horrible, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying he ain't messing with Walters.
Honestly, I don't know about Lomo and Nonito right now. I really don't.
No, man. Lomo take Nonito to school, man.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
I think people, like I said, Walters was the first person to finish Nonito Darnell. He was the first person to knock Nonito Darnell out.
But he
was the first person to knock him down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like Nonito has plenty left in the tank, man. I don't know if Nonito connects with one of those left hooks to Lomachenko. I don't know.
Man. Can I commentate on that Nonito bullshit?
Go ahead,
homie.
Alright. Nonito was alright, this is already a Nonito that was already, I want to say he was exposed by Rigondeaux. Because, you know, that exposed word is loosely used in the boxing world.
Right.
But
it's kind of used a lot, yeah.
After that Rigondeaux fight, we really saw Nonito for being just that one-punch guy. Because when he fought Big Darchinian after that, it really came down to that one punch, which was what really changed that fight for Nonito. He was getting beat by Darchinian until that one punch. You know what I mean? So,
hey,
Walters, don't get me wrong. I love Walters. He's a beast. He was the younger, the hungrier guy. But you have to admit that when Donnell was pushing him back, he wasn't looking so good. You know what I mean? He eventually got caught by Walters backing Nonito back up. But, I mean, I don't know. I think that Lomachenko fight will be closer than what people think it's going to be.
Hey, man,
it'll be a barn burner for sure. But
do you think Lomo?
Basically, what you're saying is it's like you think. I think Walters will beat him, but it'll be a great fight.
Do you think do you think Nonito has around the same? Well, do you think Lomo has around the same power as Nonito?
No.
No. That's not even close. It's not even close.
I don't think Lomo can do anything to make Walters respect him.
But on the flip side of that, Lomachenko's boxing ability is way superior to Nonito Darnell's. So he really doesn't. You don't need power to beat a guy in boxing. If you can outbox the dude for 12 rounds, hey, Floyd Mayweather does it. If you can outbox the dude for 12 rounds, you can beat the dude.
But what you just said, if. That's a big if. That's a big if. Walters got hurt by Donaire and kept coming. Hey, Walters got hurt by Donaire and kept coming. He kept coming.
But he's not a
Hey, hold on real quick, because we ain't gave Los a chance to say nothing. Go ahead, Los.
My bad, Carlos.
All right. Lomachenko hurt his hand. I haven't followed up and read to see to what extent it was. You never can tell because you're hearing it from the corners, you're hearing it from them. There's no confirmed X-rays that said he broke his hand or whatever. That's I know of, anyways. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. His hand got hurt. See those angles? Those angles are elite angles he was giving him, man. He was doing all sorts of angles at that cat. His power is underrated. He almost knocked out Salido at the end of that fight. He almost knocked out Salido. Salido's weighing 150 at that fucking fight. He didn't even try to make weight. I won't say with 100% confidence he can beat Walters, but it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. I just don't.
I got Lomachenko winning. I'm calling it now.
What I think. Tavares, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I think Tavares is trying to say is that Lomachenko he fought Salido, okay, who gave Gamboa a little problems. He destroyed Lopez, but I think what he's trying to say is that, do you really want to put a guy in this early in his career with somebody that's young, that's also improving, that's also shown the ability to recover from a big puncher, and who has power and that utilizes his skills to the best of his ability? And for him to go 12 rounds with a guy like that, I don't see it either. I'm not saying he can't beat him, because he's a talented dude. He can beat Walters, but you got to let him get more fights before you just. I know you want to throw him in there. He want to be the best, but you got to be smart. You got to be smart also. You can't just fight, because constantly fight top 10 guys, early off in your career, and then expect to, improve and kind of stay consistent. You got to mix it in with, A and B level fighters with some C and lower B fighters before you just continue to throw him in there. He's still young in the pro career, man. So don't rush him.
Okay.
Well, I agree. I think he's getting rushed a little too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I think as far as between 122 and 126, the only one I see that can beat Lomachenko right now is Walters. He beats Rigo. Rigo's chinny.
Don't forget about my boys, Mars, man. Mars is my guy. We be forgetting about Mars, but that's my guy.
I was very disappointed when he got knocked out by Johnny Gonzalez, but I think Lomachenko beats Mars. I think he beats Gonzalez. I think he beats Gradnovich. I think he beats all those guys. Gradnovich is fighting this week on the undercard against Jason Velez. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
True. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but Hey, we gotta talk about this Pacquiao.
I definitely think he beats Mars.
Okay.
I think so too.
I don't.
All right. Okay, everybody. We got to get to the Pacquiao Algieri. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna start with Big Cool. Big Cool. What was your takes on the fight last night?
Man, my take was, I'm just disappointed in Algieri, man. That's my fault too. I'm sorry, Manny Pacquiao. I forgot who you were. Man, I hyped up, man. And no disrespect to Chris Algieri, because I still think he can do some big things in boxing. He just needs some more experience. He proved that he bit off too much more, much more than he can chew last night. I thought that he'd be able to use his reach better. I thought that the hand speed was just really. It looked like he made him look like he was fighting Margarito at times with just the disparity in hand speed. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't able to keep the fight in the middle of the ring like he wanted to. He landed some nice right hands, occasionally, but I guess 144 proved too much for him as well. You know what I'm saying? He's a tall guy, but Pacquiao just did what he did, man. He let his hands go. He did everything but get the knockout, man. He worked the body well. He countered. He came in from his weird angles, and he just looked great. And it's time for him to fight. You know who next. Okay.
Well, let's go, Los.
All right. From the fence, I never liked this fight. I saw 24/7. I wasn't believing that. I mean, he never had a chance. His corner. So let's start off with his corner, Tim Lane. I mean, I knew that was bullshit before the fight, but we're gonna let him out of the cage. Shit came out. I think everyone knows that he went the wrong fucking corner. The guy's a former world champion, and you're gonna fight Manny Pacquiao. You gotta put friendship aside and put the right people in your corner. He handed the reins over to the wrong guy. That guy had to prepare him for Manny Pacquiao. Not that he could bring back Emmanuel Stewart. And I don't think he can beat Manny Pacquiao, anyways. I mean, you don't give yourself a fighting chance with the wrong corner, and he had a wrong corner. Let's face it. But
yeah, definitely.
It happened how it was supposed to be. Manny it was over his head. He looked bored towards the end. That's how easy. It was just easy work. It was just really easy. Manny was never, not even a remote second was he ever in a compromising position or in a difficult, tough spot. That's how one-sided it was. It was kind of like sparring someone that you're like leaps and bounds better than. It was never. It was just, I don't know.
It was a hard fight to watch, man. It was a hard fight to watch, dude. It was a hard fight to watch. Because it was so boring, man. It was horrible.
For nothing else or principle, okay? That there's money to be made. It's good for boxing. It'll bring casuals out. Anytime casuals spend money on boxing, it's good for the sport. They need to fight for that reason. If they don't, I really won't care either. The funny part is, I think Floyd should take the fight. Floyd will beat him today. That's just my opinion. Floyd will beat him today. 2010, 2009, very, very questionable to me. That's my opinion. But right now, today, I think Floyd beats him.
I think. Go ahead, Milos. My bad.
Floyd should squash this shit and take the fight. I think he can win this fight. I don't see why he won't. I know he's not feeling Bob Arum. He's not feeling Top Rank. But work something out and make a lot of money, man. Shit. I think he can win this fight.
Okay. Go ahead, Tavares.
My opinion about the fight?
Yeah.
I didn't make a pre-fight video on it. That should tell you something right there. This fight accomplished exactly what Bob Arum and Top Rank wanted it to accomplish. Chris Algieri was brought to Macau, China to fight Manny Pacquiao in a lose-lose, but kind of win situation because he'll get his career highest payday. But he was not going to get a decision victory. Let's just face it. He was not going to get a decision victory. He was there. He was put in the ring to make Manny Pacquiao look good, period.
Okay.
And that's what he did. He made Manny Pacquiao look good. Now you have people buzzing, all right, if this Manny Pacquiao fights Floyd Mayweather today, yada, 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 this, that, and the third would happen, yada. That was the whole purpose. If you notice, before the fight, you've heard Manny say more about Floyd Mayweather than ever before. He's even got a Foot Locker commercial out right now. Oh, he's going to fight me? He's going to fight me?
Hey, that commercial is funny as hell.
In the post-fight press conference.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to fight me? He's going to fight me? Oh, we have to make this fight happen next year. We have to. Of course, it's going to be next year. Floyd only has 2 more fights left on this contract, and he retires next year. So, of course, it's going to have to happen next year. Those came out of Manny's mouth in the post-fight press conference. So now you got everybody buzzing. All right, this fight has to happen. You see it with us right now. Oh, this fight has to happen. This fight has to happen. That's what this fight took place for. It accomplished that.
It accomplished his goal. I agree. Mouse?
I said in the beginning of the fight, I said 2 weeks ago, I said when Algieri beat Ruslan, I said when they called this man the Great White Hype and all that this was gonna be a destruction. This was not gonna be close. And I said that Algieri had no chance whatsoever, and that is exactly what happened last night. A lot of people are giving Pacquiao credit for the destruction, but you know what? I'm gonna call him out because I seen a guy that knocked the dude down 6 times. The 7th was a slip, but we'll say 7th technically. And in that 12th round, when he had Algieri backing up, I seen the same Manny Pacquiao that fought Brandon Rios. He did not have that killer instinct to knock the guy out. He would hit the guy twice and back away. Plenty of times he had the chance to finish that fight and he didn't. But all of a sudden now, Manny Pacquiao is gonna beat up on Floyd and he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that. This is typical Bob Arum, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd conversation we passed since 2009. They always make Manny Pacquiao have a really good fight, and then they bring up this conversation again. That's the reason why they're doing the Canelo versus Cotto on May, because they want to make this fight happen. There's nothing wrong with that. It's business.
It should happen, man. It should happen, though.
Exactly. I agree.
It should.
But it's kind of sad that they have to go to the extent of bringing in somebody like an Algieri. You know, the great American white hype, because that's exactly how they portrayed this. Yeah, I'm saying hype. I know it was the hope, but for me it was the hype. You know, listen, $70 to watch Algieri versus Pacquiao? Shit, I wouldn't even pay that shit for Trinidad versus fucking Oscar De La Hoya. And you gonna make me pay $70 to watch? Dude, I gotta.
Breaking up, Mouse.
Okay. All right. Well, look, my take on this is this. Hey, what I notice is, and like I said, I'm gonna have to play a little devil's advocate. Don't get me wrong. True enough, everybody feels that Algieri was brought here as a showcase for Manny Pacquiao. True, I agree with that. But I mean, to see Manny Pacquiao do some of the things that he was doing beforehand with the movement, the power, the awkward angles and all that, and still, and to come in and dominate a younger guy in the fashion he did, you have to give him some type of credit for it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is the second coming or none of that, but I'm saying he deserves some type of credit, because Algieri definitely showed you against Ruslan that he's a game opponent. He showed you his game.
Ruslan ain't Manny Pacquiao.
But look, I feel where Mike coming from, man.
But that's what I was saying from Jump Street, though. When the fight was first announced that Manny Pacquiao is not Provodnikov, and Pacquiao does things that Provodnikov wishes he could do on his best day.
But look, this is what I got to say about Smooth. I agree with you on that. You got to give Manny Pacquiao, because a lot of people, I get tired of that Mayweather bashing, that Pacquiao bashing. You do what you're supposed to do. Like when Mayweather facing Maidana or whoever, if you expect him to dominate, he's supposed to dominate however he used to dominate. If he gets the knockout, great. If he dominates over 12 rounds, great. You know what I'm saying? Makes dude quit, great. Same with Pacquiao. Pacquiao don't have to knock out everybody. You got to also look at it at his perspective. Maybe he didn't want to blow out, Algieri like he did, just, because he could have knocked him out. But maybe he know Floyd that might have.
He took his foot off the gas.
Yeah, maybe he knew that's the right thing to do, because if he would have blew through Algieri, maybe we'd never get. I don't know if we're gonna get the fight with Mayweather or not, but Mayweather could be like, damn, he still got it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to also look at it as a strategy. He's been barking up the Mayweather tree all the last 3 weeks or whatever it's been. So give Manny credit, man. He did what he had to do. You got to also give Algieri credit. He didn't get knocked out by Provodnikov. So what made you think he was gonna get knocked out by Pacquiao, who hasn't had a knockout in I don't know how long? So let's start with the bashing, man, and respect both guys.
Let me play the devil's advocate on that thing. I mean, what's to say that Floyd won't come back and say, well, Manny Pacquiao couldn't knock out Algieri, so why should I give him a shot? I mean, he could go either way.
That's his MO. Mayweather's done that time after time again, man. So that's his MO. You gotta come with a better devil advocate than that, though.
So why not knock out the guy? I mean, you think that Trinidad would have knocked out somebody to get a fight? I mean, I'm saying, so why not knock out the guy?
But why not? Why put it like this? The question is, why Mayweather won't just fight Pacquiao? That's what the question really should be. Exactly. Why does Pacquiao got to go through leaps and bounds to get the dude in the ring?
I agree.
Did nobody do this to Floyd? Did nobody tie Floyd's hands and say, do this and get in the ring with me?
Here's the thing. Hold on. De La Hoya did.
Let me play devil's advocate.
De La Hoya put Floyd through some rings. He did.
Let me play devil's advocate a little bit.
Once.
Let me play devil's advocate a little bit with that.
Go ahead.
I mean, especially with the news that came out this week or whatever. I heard I heard that they got some kind of gag order on Steven Espinoza for letting the cat out the bag, like, hey, the negotiations are going on between Floyd and Pacquiao. Now, let's just talk about what we do know. Now, this right here would be what, the third time that Floyd has put an offer on the table for this fight. That's just a known fact. This is the third time the dude has come with this offer for the fight. With that being said, not once do we know whether Manny has ever put this offer, hey, Floyd, I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to do that, yada, yada, yada. Let's make the fight. He'll say it to us, but behind closed doors in an office where it's supposed to be talked about, does it happen?
All right, you know what? Hold on. Hey, I want to intercede on that. That's the reason for what I've been saying for the last few years. What I feel that they need to do. I feel ESPN needs to have a segment where you have Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather sitting across from each other at a table with a mediator, not necessarily the face-off, but something like face-off. Sitting at a table and let them talk. One more point. And hash everything out.
One more point. Well, one more point, real quick. There was something that happened last night in the post-fight interview, and I seen it on Jimmy Kimmel Live one time, and Bob Arum was like, "Well, if Floyd wants to fight, he knows who to call. My phone, I'll be waiting by the phone. Manny be waiting by the phone." Manny pulled out his phone on Jimmy Kimmel and stuff like that, and I said, "Wait a second. 2 years ago, didn't Floyd call Manny Pacquiao personally for this fight?"
Yeah.
You said no. You said no, not Floyd.
But to my point, man.
One second.
All right.
Manny said no. Arum said no. They've been saying no. We know this. They've been saying no. Now, why do you expect this guy to go through that same ringer again to call you again with this with the possibility of you saying no again? Don't you think that Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao should be on the phone with Floyd Mayweather's people like, hey, let's make this fight? Because if they're expecting Floyd to make this phone call again, in his mind, knowing that he's been trying to make this fight before, what makes you think that he thinks these guys are serious?
But look, though, look to that point, man. Come on. Look to that. T, come on, man. To that point. What? But back then, he offered them $40 million.
Devil's advocate one more time.
Yeah,
we do know that Floyd has been trying to make this fight one way or another. We don't know that about Manny.
But look, come on, man. Back then when he tried to call Manny,
this is a battle of ego.
I feel you. But come on now.
That's all it is.
But look, a couple years ago,
this, and the third, Floyd saying this, that, and the third. We do know this happened on this side. We don't know what's really going on this side. But when all comes down to it, it's a battle of egos. That's why I say I don't think we ever gonna see this fight. But
back then, man, Mayweather offered him some BS offer, man. Pacquiao deserved a 50-50 split back then. He deserved just as much as Floyd did, and Floyd called him up with an offer to say, 40 million, whatever. I wire you 20 million right now, and after the fight, I give you the other 20.
15 million.
But whatever, it don't matter. It wasn't 50-50. He should have gave him 50-50, equal rights and whatnot, man. Because y'all, not when I say this, y'all people.
You got to think the original offer was a 50-50 split down the middle. That was the original offer, and that was a signed contract on Floyd's part.
Why does
how much pay you though?
I don't understand what this 50-50 bullshit is about. I mean, did Muhammad Ali fight Joe Frazier for 50?
But this is not Muhammad Ali. Respect to the GOAT, to one of the greatest, but this is not Muhammad Ali's era, man.
Champion is the one.
We talking about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd.
The fact of the matter is that the guy's record is 3-2 in his last fight.
Hey, hold on. Mouse, go ahead, Mouse.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mouse. Calm down. It's all right.
You know what I'm saying? It deserve the more money. If you come to fight me for my title, I don't care how much of a record and how good you are, it's my title. I get the money. And you get whatever. If I think he should have got, I'll give you 55-45, but I mean, I'm the champion. I'm undefeated.
But where were they at back in, did Manny Pacquiao lose the fight? Whether it was controversial to one Manuel Marquez or not, didn't he win those fights? Didn't he win those fights?
After the Marquez knockout, do you think he deserved 50-50 after the Marquez knockout?
I'm not talking about that though. Did he call him after that fight or before? Did he call him after that? I'm saying, did he call him after the knockout?
with the $40 million offer, that came on the end of that Timothy Bradley decision, the original Timothy Bradley decision. That's a loss. Like I said, fact of the matter is, no matter how he lost it.
Oh man,
hold on. His record in his last five fights is 3-2. That's just fact of the matter. That's look up Box Rec. Whatever. His record is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. But, like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
But we
really believe.
I feel you, but Carlos, fact of the matter. Carlos, jump in, man.
Hold on. I said it after the original negotiations failed that this fight will never happen, and it's not. It's not going. As much as we can sit up here and talk about this fight is never going to happen because of ego. It's never going to happen. I don't think Manny Pacquiao is scared of Floyd Mayweather, and I don't think Floyd Mayweather is scared of Manny Pacquiao. But because of their ego, I don't think this fight is ever going to happen. I hate to be a bear, but I don't think this fight ever will happen because both guys have egos this big.
Okay. Go ahead, Los.
All right. As far as the first Bradley fight, okay, everyone says the 3-2. Do you guys really? I know on paper it really counts, but do you guys really believe?
All right. Well, Los's experience is technical difficulties.
He's talking. He was talking.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can't hear him at all.
Hey, Carlos, he can't hear you. Hey, exit out and then come back in, Carlos.
But overall,
he about to come back in.
I'll say it like this: with the whole situation with these guys, plain and simple. In every era of boxing, the top two guys fought each other in every era, and I mean, it would be a travesty for this era to go by without the top two guys facing each other. But I'm gonna say this, and now I'm gonna play devil's advocate this time. If Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather retire without fighting, I can assure you it's going to hunt Floyd Mayweather more than it's going to hunt Manny Pacquiao.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
Yep. And it should hunt him more. It should.
And that's why I say that Manny Pacquiao should be knocking these guys out. Because at the end of the day, it's about your legacy. It's not about Floyd. If he knocks out Algieri, right? He knocks out Algieri. Yeah, you read Floyd saying no to fight you. But I mean, you're risking Floyd not fighting you. You knock out Algieri, it's about your legacy. He was a
You lost me with that, mouth.
What did you say?
No, because you said it's about his legacy. If you didn't think he was, it don't matter if you. I guess you could say he should have knocked out Algieri because he whatever. But he didn't. Provodnikov didn't knock out Algieri. So why do you got to knock out a fighter? He built his legacy when he beat Margarito, when he beat Cotto, when he beat Marquez, when he beat all the Morales and Barrera, all them other guys. So what? Everybody not gonna knock out everybody, man. So people got that knockout in their head. It's just it got to be a knockout. It doesn't have to be one. You gotta win. You gotta win at any means. It's like a playoff. Every time you step in the ring, it's a playoff fight. A playoff fight, whatever.
Listen, your exact words were that it wasn't that good at maybe he took off the gas on Algieri so that Floyd would give him the fight. What I'm saying is he doesn't need to take off the gas. He didn't need to take off the gas on Algieri or Brandon Rios or nobody. If you don't gotta worry about Floyd. The issue is about worrying about Floyd, not worry about your career. But Ponakavic is not Manny. Nowhere near being Manny. If Manny doesn't Ruslan Ponakavic, he's not Manny.
Who is Ruslan Ponakavic? I thought he said Golovkin at first.
He hasn't been knocking people out because he just doesn't have that killing instinct no more. Makes you about Floyd.
Hey, man.
I hate talking Floyd and Manny in the same sentence for the simple fact of the matter, man. Like I guess it's egos, man. We feeding into this bullshit because that's what it is bullshit.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna say this too, because this is another thing that kind of get me, and I'm gonna go to social media. It kills me how if you're a Mayweather fan, you have to shit on everything Pacquiao does, and if you're a Pacquiao fan, you have to shit on everything Mayweather does. Why not appreciate these great fighters showcasing us? I mean, showing us their skills on the highest level. Why not appreciate that?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
100%, and that's why I say, like, the main reason this fight, not only just the two fighters, but you gotta think of Arum, his ego, Al Heyman, his ego. It's a lot of egos involved in making this fight, and those egos are probably gonna rob us of the fight of our generation. Really.
But I always put it down on the fighters, man. I always put it down on the fighters, even though managers and promoters are there to get the best deal for their fighter and themselves as well. I always place blame to the fighters because at the end of the day, the fighters got to agree to everything, and they got to get in and fight. So Al Heyman has too much power. Bob Arum has too much power. But you're looking at two of the most powerful boxers in the history of boxing, and you telling me that they can't tell them, you know what, 50-50 everything, whatever. They could have got through that little blood testing thing, man. It was you got to mark the first negotiation down on Manny Pacquiao. You know, he didn't want to take the blood test, get the needles, but he got tattoos. So that didn't fly. That was
think about it. It's like stuff like that gets swept under the rug. You get what I'm saying? Stuff like that gets swept under the rug. Don't nobody want to admit, hey, yo, it should have happened this way, it shouldn't have happened that way, or whatever. I said after the first set of negotiations, everything else is like bullshit because this fight is never gonna happen. Period.
Yeah, they was just blood test away. They was 2-week blood testing randomly away from fighting already, and we wouldn't even be talking about this fight.
All right,
we wouldn't even. And I agree with you.
We should be on the rubber match right now.
Hello.
And I agree with Severe. BS, and we feeding into it, man. We feeding into it, but we can't help it but talk about them, man.
All right, hold on.
We can't help but talk about them.
I don't even like talking Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather because we're just putting the bullshit out there even more. They sitting back probably laughing at shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's until we got to interview him. That's until we got to interview him and ask him the tough questions.
All right, here we go here. This is going to be the last question of the segment tonight. Carlos, who is your favorite fighter of all time? And also, I want you to kind of touch on your thoughts of amateur boxing. The state of it as of right now.
My all-time favorite boxer. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oscar De La Hoya.
Okay.
All-time favorite fighter. I got interested in. I'm 39 years old. Okay, so when I was a little kid with my dad, was Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is very underrated. When we talk about all-time great heavyweights, he never gets sprung in the conversations ever. He never does. That pisses me off.
A reason for that is because a lot of people still feeling some type of way about the Ali fight. Me, and I can say this, as pure of a boxing fan as I am, I've still never watched that fight because I'm such a huge Ali fan. I will watch that fight.
I watched the 30th minute document, and it's hard to watch it, man. It's hard to watch it.
And also, when he was on the brink of breaking Marciano's record for the most consecutive defenses,
he won that fight.
He said about Marciano after he lost, and he said, Marciano cannot hold my jockstrap. That pissed off a lot of people, a lot of old school cats. You know, so yeah, people are feeling some type of way about him. That comeback was nice, but you know, it didn't help him out too much. But I'm talking young Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes from the late 70s, early 80s. He's elite. He never gets no credit. He's never in the all-time great conversations. It's pretty sad. I don't know. I think he could beat Lennox. Yeah, I said it. That pisses off my UK buddies, but he could have beat Lennox. The Klitschko's.
Me too.
Klitschko's lost to mediocre guys in their primes.
But Vladimir.
Yeah. I don't know. So, but my all-time favorite is Oscar De La Hoya. I think he's obviously one of the most influential people in boxing because he's not one of those guys that won a few world titles and went broke. He's a major player in the promoting game.
And he fought everybody.
Everybody
in this era. Who was somebody he fought?
He fought everybody.
Went up in weight, went down in weight. You know,
I used to feel some type of way about Manny and Floyd because of Oscar De La Hoya. That's why I go hard on both those motherfuckers sometimes.
I go hard on both of them my damn self. I really do.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, that fight, he should have. he'd even give in to their terms, even though he was the A side. He gave in to, like, not so much Floyd. He did it on his terms with Floyd, but with Manny, he never went down to 147. I mean, he was fucking like Skeletor and shit, you know, and he was totally sucked. He got annihilated, you know. So
that fight should have never happened.
No, not at all, and especially not at that weight, you know, a catch weight. But, you know, because he was fighting at 154 for a long, hot minute. So Oscar's my all-time favorite. Amateur boxing's good. I think amateur boxing's real good. My son boxes. You guys know that. That's why I don't get emotionally involved with these guys. Right now, currently, probably one of my favorites is Triple G, but he can lose 5 times in a row, and I wouldn't give a.
Okay. All right. Well,
some of these people, you know, these fans get involved in their fight, in their favorite. They just, you have your son fighting. It's pretty fun. For amateur boxing's good. Needs to kind of step up. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in our last Olympic team, but I think Errol Spence. He has a damn good pro style, and he's gonna make some noise. He's gonna make some hella noise. Freddie Roach just recently confirmed that he sparked the hell out of Broner. You know, it's sparring. Sparring, you can't really go to sparring because people work on things and they work on specific things. But I think Errol Spence is our best guy out of that 2012 Olympic team.
No question.
okay.
2018, we'll see what you know, Windmill does. You know, I want to see him fight Stavern. I think Stavern beats him. Stavern's 2 fights with Areola crushes any kind of resume that Wilder has. So we'll see.
All right.
I think I'm cool.
Wilder wins, but that's just me.
All right. All right. Hey, Columbus. We want to thank you guys for hopping on with us today. We're gonna have to put an end to the show. So everybody, Smooth Cat out, and everybody else out.
Be cool out. Be cool out. Thanks to Various Carlos.